Good evening, my name is Mr. Jose Liñán. I studied at IBNA in 1998 and I finished in 2012. I took after that a methodology course, two methodology courses, one for methodology for EFL teachers produced by IBNA, and other for produced for or by TESOL, an introduction to teaching young learners. I got two certificates by those courses, one of them by TESOL and the other by IBNA. After that, in 2014, I studied. I prepared for international exams. One of them, the TOEFL IBT, the internet-based test exam, and the other one is the ECPE exam. Two of them are related to the Common European Framework level, C1 and C2 as correspondent, right? TOEFL IBT, the C1 level, and ECPE for the C2 level. All right? I prepared for about a year, 6 months for one, and the other one I think was other 6 months. It was difficult, but I finished. I got 90% from the score I needed, so I was pleasant at somehow in the TOEFL IBT exam. That's the average score I mentioned. It is useful for just 2 years. After that, you have to take again the TOEFL IBT. The difference to the ECP is that when you get the diploma, because you get a diploma by the University of Istanbul and Cambridge, by the ECP, when you finish it, when you take the exam and you get the score that you need and even more, because I get the B qualification. This certificate, this diploma is useful for about any period of years, right? After I think 12 or 13 years, you have to renew that or take that again. Well, anyway. Well, after that, I work as a translator for my friends and acquaintances. Then I looked for a job as a teacher, and I got a job at Euridiomas. Mr. Paulo Vaca hired me. He's a good teacher. I worked there for about 4 to 5 months. I worked there replacing a teacher that was teaching to teenagers and kids. She was pregnant, so she was taking a vacation for about 6 8 months. After that, I took a program for young adults, and I teach young adults for a specific program from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. To two students, Julio and Giselle. And well, after those experiences, I got a new job at the Premium Cultural Institute. It was a great experience too. I learned to give in-house lessons, online lessons by Skype program. Um, then I also teach young learners, teenagers, adults, and kids. I learned how to relate technology with study books and workbooks. I also teach them how to use grammar and relate grammar to acronyms and to relate acronyms to rules, grammar rules of English, so that they can have some fun. Like for example, CVC, consonant vowel consonant to BBC, Benzema, Bale, and Cristiano, right? For kids. for for ladies, of course, the consonant vowel consonant to bueno, bonito, and barato, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Well, after that, I worked at Winner Institute. My employer was the engineer William Chuyo. He's a great man. He hired me to help the students to get a good score at the end with the pass of the time in the English course, so that they can apply to universities, private universities or public universities. I help my students. I learn a lot of them, their stories, and also what was what they need to learn so that they can improve and become better. It was hard. The experience was a good one, and I can recommend Winner Institute too. Anyway, after that I worked at the VIP learning program. It was a short time too. At the same time that I worked as Winner Institute, I worked at the VIP. It was good. Who hired me was my employer was Mr. Dario Medina, a Colombian teacher, which nowadays I think is the director of the program. Um, well, I give them some lessons, private lessons to these students, and also in the institute. What I like the most was that they interact with each other and understand each other, right? And they collaborate with each other to learn more from the program, right? So it facilitates me a lot that to give them some knowledge, right? For example, the use of acronyms, for example, the use of synonyms, for example, the use of visual images, visual videos, so that they can figure out the way the things should be, right? Well, besides that, I work at Sevatur. That was one of my last experience I worked in this couple of years in 2019. Well, I worked there and I loved the experience. At the beginning it was very hard, but then the students understand that they can relate activities that they love, or in this case cartoons or sitcoms or TV series that they love watching at the streaming like Netflix, etc., or the use of memes to learn English, right? Because English is to have fun, not to get bored, right? Well, after that, I am still working nowadays as a freelance, and I hope that I get hired by a company or an institute or any kind of program. Well, if you would like to get in contact with me, you can call me. My name is Mr. Jose Liñán. My number is 948-135-156. All right. See you soon, man. See you soon.